we select the top 3 touring bands that we want to see, but we have never seen. Next in Rock and Roll Seniors. Welcome to the next episode of Rock and Roll Seniors, where we're gonna pick our top 3 actively
You were really good at
touring. But I'm explaining after the intro.
I know.
Yeah.
But the intro was awesome. And
I have my moments.
okay.
So, but for people to understand what we're doing, we're picking our top 3 touring, not actively touring, but bands that haven't broken up, that we have never seen, and that we want to see.
I like that.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Dave.
We see
Tapu.
Yep.
Pepa.
So yeah, we thought this was a pretty cool topic that made us think, and I think we came up, all of us, with 3 different bands, and I think I don't think how many of them are going to repeat here.
Probably not.
Probably
And this is bands we haven't seen yet.
We
so
have.
This is like
we
a bucket
want,
list.
We want to see, but we haven't seen for whatever reason. Yep. And let's
We're gonna start.
start.
Let's start this way, right?
Yeah.
Let's
We're
do
gonna
this
start
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
start down there.
If
Okay,
you've seen
so-
our previous episodes, we start randomly, and there we go.
So this is gonna sound crazy, but I wanna see Extreme.
Oh.
And why? Because everybody's talking about Nuno playing in this new record. I mean, everybody's comparing Nuno with Edward Van Halen. So when everybody's doing that, it's because he's really good. I saw videos on the cruise tour, and he is really, really good. Again, people are comparing Nuno Betancourt with Edward Van Halen. So
He loves Eddie.
he loves Eddie.
He loves Eddie Van Halen.
I mean-
so there's definitely a lot of influence from Eddie
Yeah.
in Nuno.
Yeah, so-
And the last album, but their new album, by the way, I believe it's out.
yeah, it's how it's Rise.
It's really good.
It's really good.
It's really good.
Actually, it was like in 1990 or something they came out with an album. After the one that had More Than Words. What was the album after that?
That album is great. 3 sides to
Yes.
every
Yeah.
story.
Every
Sorry,
story,
really
yeah.
good
Very
album, yeah.
underrated album.
That album was really good.
That album
Really good.
is
I remember
really
that. I
good.
listened to the hell out of that album
Which,
when it came
for
out.
those who love vinyl, they releasing that album on vinyl, I believe, in August of this year.
CDs sound better.
That's
And
a-
you can play it in the car
That-
too.
that's-
Saying. Just
that's
saying.
the-
You can skewer me down there.
Well, in the car you can put your connect your
Don't even-
phone.
just-
No, no, but CD sounds
Just
much
don't-
better.
It sounds,
Yeah,
it
just
sounds way
don't.
better.
Vinyl better.
Just
But
no.
anyway,
But anyway.
Extreme. I want to see Extreme because that reason. I mean, Nuno is kicking ass, and he said, I don't want to be compared with Edward Van Halen, but everybody's doing it, so I want to see it live.
That-
So
that's-
I hope
That
that-
solo on that song Rise from their new album.
Oh, that is insane. It's awesome. So Extreme. It sounds crazy, but Extreme.
Right.
Okay.
It doesn't
Actu-
sound crazy.
Actually,
I want to listen to that album again now because I haven't listened to it for
3 sides. No, it's
like 23
Inside,
years.
yeah, it's really
So,
good.
yeah.
It's really good. I have it in CD and it's really good.
it's awesome.
Okay, go.
Me?
Yeah,
Oh,
yep.
well, I'll have Extreme originally on my list, but then I started thinking more and more and more, and then I'm gonna start with I guess I don't want to say obvious, but it's like a really big band that they broke up, they got back together, then they broke up again, and they got back together, and they were gonna tour, and then COVID happened, and then they started touring, and then the singer, I believe he broke his ACL, whatever, on the first show or some shit like that.
I know.
And they did like 2 shows with him sitting down, and after that they canceled the
Phil Collins.
tour. No,
Genesis.
no, and I hope they tour again because I would love to see them. I will pay. What we say? I wouldn't pay a lot, but I mean, I wouldn't.
Reasonable.
You know,
I'm not gonna be Taylor Swift stuff like paying that kind of money to see this band, but if it's reasonable, I would love to see him because I haven't seen it, and it's Rage Against the Machine.
Ah,
oh,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, like I just want to see at
I'm
least.
gonna hate you later, but
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can understand that.
Yeah, like I just want to see like Bulls on Parade live one time. I
Yep.
want to see
So
like
that's your number 3.
Yeah.
That you want to
That's
say?
your number 3.
yeah. I had a number 1, but then I want to spice things up a little bit. So
Okay.
that's my number 3.
All right, good. My number 3 band that I haven't seen that I want to see. I know I mentioned to you guys the other day. So if anybody knows me, I love thrash. That's my number 1 genre of metal. I've seen the big 4. Actually, I've seen the big 8. If you include Testament, Exodus.
I was gonna
Dead
ask what
Yeah,
is the other big
what are the
the
other
other 4?
besides
Yeah.
that? 4, yeah.
So I just did.
Yeah, thank you for that.
And then you go the Teutonic era, and Big 4 was Sodom, Creator, Destruction, and Tankard. I'm not sure if Tankard's still touring. Let me know down if they're
Yeah.
touring or not.
And if you don't agree with his that 4
my
list that
number-
he said,
My number
also
3
comment
band that
down
I
there.
haven't seen is Destruction.
Are you still touring?
They're still touring. They're still putting albums out. And I've seen Creator a few times, seen Sodom. I've not seen Destruction. And I want to see them live.
I'm just gonna throw something just now. I never heard of Destruction.
I had the Mad Butcher. Wasn't that Destruction?
I think so.
I remember there was some other album too, like Dude's Fist. Like,
Destruction and their song Thrash Till Death. It doesn't get better than that.
Is that on your playlist?
No,
No, because
because
it's not
my
new
playlist is from bands from 2004.
Okay. Okay. All right.
So my number 3 band that I haven't seen and I want to see one day live, Destruction.
nice.
Yep.
All right. Well, you listed one that I have not seen. I saw them play like 2 songs, and then they got rained out, and that's Testament.
Yep.
Because I've been listening to Testament since the mid '80s, and I have never seen them live.
That was Welcome to Rockville.
2015.
Dave was really pumped
Oh God! I
because
just
we were
so
gonna.
wanted
He
to
was
see
gonna
them.
see Testament.
It was gonna be Testament and then Exodus. 2 stages
Back
back
to
to
back.
back, and it just didn't rain. It's that lightning came.
Pouring,
it was
yeah.
like, oh,
It's
it was they shut down
Florida,
the whole festival.
end of times.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I remember.
Run for
Yeah,
your
I remember
life.
that.
Run to the hills. It was like
They played
Get
like
out
they
of
played
here.
like song and a half.
Yep.
And they had to leave.
I
That
think they
was-
started with the pit, and I was like, yeah.
Was that a year that Slayer was one of the headliners?
Yeah.
Yes, I believe so.
And
Yes.
Korn and Marilyn Manson, I think.
Korn has highlighted that festival so many times.
No, I know, but because I think that I remember that.
Yeah.
That year that rain it was really bad.
That was the first time Rockville rained out.
Yeah, I
They
remember.
had to
I
shut
remember
it down
that.
for rain.
I remember because me and my friend Carlos, we were about to go in, and then they stopped us.
Yes.
Because,
Yeah.
Yes.
because
right.
it was
Yes.
just starting
You always
to rain.
come late.
Yeah. Yeah, because
You
I
always
don't.
to the
come,
good
you
I always
always
come
come
late,
late
like,
at the festivals.
Right, like right when we were about to go in, the security guy was like, nope, they stopped.
Dave and I always go
People.
early because
Yeah.
we check all the new bands out, which we find a bunch of gems in the new stuff.
Yeah.
But you always like, ooh, I
I
just
don't wanna
want
listen
I
the
just
to
wanna
known
see-
band.
Yeah.
I want to
that's-
do what I know.
Well, no, actually, I wanted to see Exodus more than Testament, but I remember that, and then the
you
rain, and then they canceled.
Come to Exodus, did he?
No, because they canceled.
No, the
Oh, the
What's
show,
this year?
the actual show. No, I
That's
I
this-
didn't.
Yeah. Why didn't you go to that then?
I don't know. I can't remember.
This is the stuff you're watching. Why are you watching us talk about this?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But anyway,
number 2.
number 2.
Number 2.
Okay, this is a new band with, well, it's a new band, but with people that have been playing for a long time, and it's The Last in Line.
Ah, okay.
So why? Because this group has a vibe. I think it has a vibe of Ronnie James Dio, of course, Vivian Campbell and Beanie Appice are playing there. So I heard the songs and again, that band or this band has a vibe like a Ronnie James Dio. So
Who's
that's why.
singing? Do you know who's singing for them?
I don't know the name of the guy. It's not Ronnie James Dio, but
Yeah, but
he's-
does it have voice?
yeah, he has a voice. So and again, the songs it's like a vibe of Ronnie James Dio. So I think it's the only.
You better be if it's called like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, so That's
We need
why
to
I-
do a top 5 Dio.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh
that's
yeah,
it.
that's happening.
So that's why I want to see the last in line because it's the most closest thing to Ronnie
It
James Dio right
is.
now alive. I think so. Maybe I'm wrong.
I got
don't
to
know.
see. I got to see Ronnie James Dio
I
in
did.
'82
shit, wow.
for when it was one.
Yeah.
Fronting Black Sabbath in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Is that the Live Evil tour? From the album?
Yeah,
From
it's
the
a-
album?
Heaven,
It's
Heaven and
82.
Hell, or
It's like early '82.
is
Yeah.
that Mob Rules or?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah,
Has to be.
Mob Rules because it
82.
was James. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Dio was there. He had his
Mob
tall
Rules is the second
red
one he did with
boots.
them.
Because we were like really high, but you could see his red boots.
What was the second one with Sabbath?
Second one.
Mob Rules was the second one. Heaven and
Yeah,
Hell was
Heaven
the
and
first
Hell
one.
and
Heaven
Mob
and Hell
Rules,
was the first one.
Yeah.
Mob Rules
Heaven and
second
Hell
one. Yep.
and Dehumanizer.
The
was the
Humanizer
third
is the one,
Yep.
the third one, yeah.
So that's why my number 2, last in line.
What's that?
Number 2.
My number 2 is a band that I think it should have been bigger than what it is now. Like, their first 2 albums were like totally freaking awesome. Like,
I was gonna say Pearl Jam, but
There's-
you said totally awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So-
leave Pearl Jam alone!
Leave Pearl Jam alone.
Their first 2 albums were like awesome, like from top to bottom. There's not a song that it was like crappy or anything like that. And then I guess grunge happened, and they, like most bands that came before grunge, they went down. I
It's
guess.
not gonna be a W band.
Say
is
it. The what?
it? One of the W's.
No.
No.
Sales they were not selling and they got dropped or whatever, but they still touring, and actually they came here a couple years ago, and
Before the pandemic?
before the pandemic, and you and I were talking about going to that show to see this band, and again I hope they come here one day.
Wait, you had a chance to see this band and you didn't see this band?
No, something happened. Something came up, and we couldn't make it. I can't remember what it was. But this band is Living Color.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Cult of Personality.
I saw them in March.
That whole band, the entire band, like everybody's awesome. The Vernon Reed, the guitar
Yeah.
player, is like freaking fantastic. The singer, I believe it's Corey Glover, his name.
Corey,
Is
yeah, Corey.
Yeah.
awesome. I wish I remember the name of the bass
He's a
player and the
good guy,
drummer,
yeah.
but the whole band was like super tight. And again, those first 2 albums,
That was early '90s, wasn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
Vivid and Time's Up. If you haven't heard of Living Color, check any of those 2 albums. They're freaking awesome. Actually, fucking awesome. So that's my number 2 band that's still touring, because I don't think I have heard that they retire or anything like that.
They're touring right now.
They are.
Yeah.
So I would love to see Living Color. If you see this,
I saw them in March. Yep.
come to Jacksonville
I saw them at Cruise.
and the cruise.
Yep.
Asshole.
Yep. They Cruise twice. Yeah, I know. I think they're like the borderline.
Yeah, they were borderline.
like 89.
88, 89. Yeah, because I
Okay.
think that's when Call of
They got
Personality.
grandfather in. They
Personality
got
was
grand-
after 90,
Yeah, it
but-
was, but
yeah.
I think they got grandfather in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
Okay, my number 3.
Number
it's
2.
Number two.
Number 2.
We're
yes.
number 2.
Remember, rock and roll seniors.
Yeah.
Forgive him. Forgive
There's a
him.
reason.
That's why I got
There's a
people
reason.
with me.
Forgive him.
Otherwise, I would be doing this by myself.
Doing what by yourself?
The whole,
What are we doing?
the whole thing, talking crap to a camera.
Oh.
My number 3. It's
Number 2.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Number 2.
We're
Number
gonna
2.
cut this.
He's not kidding.
He's not acting up.
No.
He's-
Okay, number 2. It's a band from the 80s. Used to have a huge personality. It was a band featured
Didn't
in
all the '80s bands have huge personalities?
True.
Okay.
This band was featured or member featured in The Decline of Western Civilization Part 2.
I was watching that the other day. So
I would love to see them, but right now I probably would. I'll still see them. past waiting for him to get off the chair. It's like I guess he got hurt and he's playing a chair, and you got to see him jumping all around to get the whole experience, and that's Wasp.
I saw them. Not only did I see them, I saw them. So, okay. Old person story.
Because he got hurt, so he's sitting down there.
So,
Are they throwing meat still?
1986?
I don't know. I wish you would.
Yeah, it was 1985? They were opening for Kiss. Yes, 1985. And I could drive there. So, I went to see Kiss.
And there was this band called Wasp.
There was this band called Wasp opening, and everybody, we were waiting to get in, and everybody's going, have you heard of Wasp? Have you heard of Wasp? We're like, no, I've never heard of them. Never heard them on the radio, never heard the name before. We're like, what is this band Wasp? And usually Kiss back then had shitty ass opening acts. Like, they would just book anybody that could not upstage them.
Bon Jovi?
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah. Ooh.
Sorry.
After they had booked Van Halen to open for them, they were like, we're never doing that again. Anyway.
True.
Yeah. Anyway, Wasp opened. And usually I've seen like opening acts that nobody knew. People just sit there like, is it over? Is it over? Is it over? Holy fuck. Blackie Lawless had everybody up on their feet screaming. He had them chanting Wasp. He comes out, he's like, he's holding a poster, it's all rolled up, and he's like, who wants this? This has got a picture of my cock on it. And he's rubbing it between his legs, and people are going crazy. They're like, yeah, I want that. Yeah. And he's throwing these posters in the audience, and the crowd was going nuts. I have never seen an opening act before or since that nobody heard before get all worked up like that. Jacked up. In fact, I bought the album the next day. I was like, what is this? Because their first album is fucking awesome. That is like still one of my favorite albums
And I
of all
know
time.
he has cooled down, and they admitted that they play backing vocals,
Yeah.
backing tracks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes.
They
Oh,
admitted,
No.
But he claims that it's to enhance the sound, and if that's the case, maybe let's debate on that, whether live or not.
So the third album, that was Inside the Electric Circus? Was that?
I don't know the order of it.
Okay, because I know Last Command, that was a good album. I didn't listen to the next one. My friend was in it. So we went to see them live. And do you know who opened for Wasp when we saw them live?
Kiss.
No, even better than that. Slayer.
Really?
Oh, really?
And this was right before Hell Awaits came out.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was before it dropped. So they had recorded it. So they were playing songs off of it, and nobody had heard them yet.
Wow.
So, yeah. So I saw Slayer. It was
Opening for Wasp.
I
Wow.
think it was like 87. On that tour. And that's kind of a train wreck of a tour combo, too. Because the crowd that showed up for Slayer and the crowd that showed up for Wasp were a little different.
Yeah.
That's I think, the first time I saw a mosh pit, too. Because I was like, what the are they doing?
I miss seeing Wasp in Barcelona by, I believe it was either a day or two, because the day they were playing Barcelona.
Did you know they were playing when you went there, or were you in Barcelona and you happened to see, oh crap?
No, I found out that they were playing in Barcelona before we took the trip, but we already had the plane tickets and everything.
Oh.
And the day that we left, and they were playing. I think it was the day after. I don't remember the name of the whatever they were playing, but yeah, because I remember I saw that. I didn't see the day at first. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have a experience of going to the European show, and then I was like, oh, it's Wasp. Like I know a couple of songs, but it's like I don't care. I just want to go to experience the European crowd and all that. And then I saw the date, and I was like, oh, we're gonna be already back from back to town. It's like, oh crap. So maybe one day I'll see them.
One day, and I hope he gets better, gets off the chair, because right now he's playing on a chair, which
so Blackie,
nice.
If you're watching this,
we
Jackson
saw a band with a guy playing chair.
Dave Grohl for fucking.
He did that too.
No,
right?
he did that too. Yeah, and
He
Axl Rose
couldn't
did that
remember
too.
the opening. You think he's gonna remember the band that had the dude in the chair?
They play.
Phil Collins.
Phil
Collins.
Just saying.
Black Thrash Attack. Remember?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind. So anyway, that was the number 2 Wasp.
Oh, geez, we're only on number 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're welcome for the Wasp and Slayer stories. by
We
the way.
went, yeah.
And,
Well, that's a
yeah,
good story,
that was a
though. Yeah,
tangent.
yeah.
All right.
So we're going to number 1, right?
No,
number
no,
two.
he has
number
it.
I haven't done
Still
number
number
2
two.
yet.
See,
We spent forever
rock
on
and
his
roll
seniors.
Yeah.
What number are we on?
2.
2.
2. 5.
You need to check your notes.
I no, because believe it or not, if you saw the previous 2 episodes, you'll be shocked to know I have never seen Maiden ever
Yep.
live, and so they're touring. I know.
That's
I'm gonna
great.
see them in about 4 weeks. Fucking.
And that's your number 2?
Vakin.
That's my number 2. Wow.
Okay.
You will be surprised.
Well,
what
I guess,
my number one
because
is.
you're going to see them. That's why you're
Right,
number 2.
so that's my
Makes
number 2.
sense.
So
Makes sense.
I'm finally gonna get to see Maiden.
I see them
but I haven't
once,
seen them
but
yet, and they're still on the bucket list because I haven't seen them yet because something could still go wrong. So
Yep.
nothing better go wrong.
Nope.
It won't. No. It's,
All right.
It's your destiny to see Maiden.
Yeah,
It is.
finally.
It is.
Finally.
It is to see Eddie and.
It'll be one of those like, okay, I can die now.
Yeah. Yep. Number
Well,
uno.
number 1 for me is this hard rock band, a classic rock band. I think they have a residency in Las Vegas right now, or they had Scorpions. I never see
Oh.
Scorpions live.
I didn't know
Yeah.
they were back to doing the thing.
They're together?
Yeah.
Obviously. Well, they
I
have.
thought they retired.
If they have
No,
a
no, they were
residency,
playing in Las Vegas.
They were going to, but they still play.
Somebody
Money's
threw a
too
lot of
good.
money. They
Yeah.
went here.
Yeah, but-
Here's a bucket of money.
Well, the last thing
Money
that I,
bucket.
that I heard that they were playing in Las Vegas, the residency. I don't know. I think so.
I wonder how he
If
sounds.
somebody knows, put it,
I
put it
wonder-
Yeah,
down.
but anyway, I want to see Scorpions. I never see Scorpion live, so when I was living in Puerto Rico, never had the chance. Here, never had the chance to do so. I want to see Scorpions. It's a really
That's a good
band.
one.
I saw them. I
Yeah,
saw them
so-
here in 2003 with it was Scorpions, Whitesnake, and Dokken at the old Jacksonville Coliseum.
Oh, wow.
Dawkins is the reason I listened to thrash.
Oh,
That's a different
Dawkins?
story.
yeah.
Dokken with Dokken.
Docking?
Yeah. So, all right. Do we have time? You want the story?
Okay,
Because I can
anyway,
save
my
the
number
story.
1,
Oh, yeah.
Scorpions. I want to see the Scorpions.
It's a long story, or no? I mean, I don't know. We have.
All right. So it's the 80s. It's hair time. Like, and every album sounds the fucking same. They all sound the same. After a while, it was like, so I bought Dokken under lock and key, and I'm like listening to it, and I'm thinking, this sounds like every fucking album I've ever heard before. Like, it sounded like there was no difference. And I got all just whatever, and I went down to my local record store, my independent record store. They sold vinyl, and that was me looking through the records. They sold vinyl, because that's how you look through them. Anyway, they had a metal section, and
What was it like? 5 records and that's
actually
it?
no, it was pretty good size because it was
Okay.
an independent store. So
Oh, okay.
they-
it wasn't.
they
A
had-
it wasn't a chain.
It
okay.
wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't a chain. It wasn't crap. He had like all the independent labels. He had like a ton. This guy was great. I mean, he was mainstream stuff himself, but he had a whole section stocked out. It was freaking awesome. At the time, I didn't realize how awesome it was until I realized how awesome it was. But anyway, I got to the A section in the metal, and at the very beginning, there's this album. It had this big Dayglow sticker on it. It said, this album contains not one hit single. And the not was in big giant letters, so it was not. So not one hit single. I was like, and I looked at the cover, because we said cover art, and it was this dude lying like on a stretcher. And it was anthrax, spreading the disease.
Spreading the disease. Yep.
So I bought that, took it home, and put it on the record player, and I was like, when AIR starts, dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun, I'm like, what the f- is this? And it
This
just kept
is what I've been
going
waiting
and
for.
going. I'm like, I have never heard anything like this ever before, and I was hooked. And it was because Dawkins sucked. Sorry, Dawkins
You
fans.
think that Dawkins sucks or not?
You can
can
blast me
comment.
down there,
Yep.
but you had to be there at the time. If you weren't there at the time and you're like looking back going, what? In my dream, this, yeah, whatever. No, it sounded like everything else. I thought I've just dropped $6, which at the time was minimum wage was $3. That
I was gonna
2
ask.
hours of
I was
my
gonna
life.
ask how much you
Yeah.
pay for.
Yeah,
how
that
much
was 2
vinyl.
hours of my
That's
life.
2 hours.
Of my life on something that I had heard 500 times before. So
Number one. So
anyway, number one.
Number one.
This band is apparently retiring. Actually, I don't know if they're doing their last show this year or if they're gonna have.
Is this their first retirement or like their second?
No. This is their first. It's the first
Okay.
time they announced their.
Oh, so there might be a chance.
They're
Yeah.
retiring. I don't know. I mean, I think they seem pretty stuck to their guns. That once they're finished, there's tour or whatever shows that they're doing. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if they're gonna add more or later or next year. I hope they do because I would love to see this band. They have really fun songs. Every time I do karaoke, I sneak in one of their songs, which is one of my favorite songs of all time, like of all genres of music. My number one band that I want to see is the B-52s.
Oh wow. Okay.
Jeez, I was not expecting that.
I
Like
would
that.
love,
Yep.
I would love to see B-52. Like Rome.
I never see them.
Rome is one of my favorite songs
Rock
ever.
Lobster.
Like I could listen to Rome
Planet Claire.
like in a loop, and I will never get tired of listening to that song. Which, by the way, that the album with that song, Cosmic Thing, super awesome. So, B-52, number one.
Wow. Yeah, we were supposed to see them at the '80s cruise right before the pandemic, and they canceled because it was like in March when all the thing exploded.
Yeah.
And they canceled. I was disappointed.
Yeah. They came here a couple of years ago, and
Right.
I didn't go to see them. And
Yeah.
I was looking forward to seeing them, but they canceled.
yeah, they have a friend that they went, and he said that it was like awesome. Like from the get-go, everybody was like on their feet, dancing to all the songs.
Yeah, they got a good catalog.
Yeah, so
That'll be fun. Yep.
yeah, so
Yeah, it should be coming here. All right. My number one. It's already been.
We're on one now.
Yes. My number one. I said number one.
No, but I'm just making sure you
Okay.
knew.
My number one. We already mentioned it before. This is one that my daughter wants to see it with me. This is one that had this. It's not a political show, but this very right-wing guy that I work with said they're communists, but if they ever come, you call me. We're going together.
Pro Jam.
Rage Against the Machine.
Oh,
Yep, that is one band that I've never seen. I've seen the videos of their concert, and that will be something incredible. Be jumping for the whole 2-hour show.
Well, I'll tell you what, we got some consensus here. Because out of everything, the one that's come up 3 times now,
Wow!
because
And
my number one is also Rage Against the
Rage
Machine.
Against
I want to see Killing in the Name of live, because I will get injured in that thing.
oh my God. I don't know.
that
I don't know
song.
if I will get in that pit, but I mean, I don't know.
Oh, if you're there with me.
Maybe one song.
Yeah.
Maybe their power ballad. If they have, I don't know if they have.
Killing in the Name of.
Killing in the Name,
You and me.
or bullet in the head. I don't know.
Yep.
Yep.
people of the song, they have a
Look at me.
song.
Look at me.
We're
If
doing
I
it.
can do it, you can do it.
Okay, all right.
Pit. You gonna do the pit again?
No, remember what happened to him?
This is the guy.
That was 3 or 4 times ago now.
That was wow. That was probably 5 years ago. That was during.
2017.
Yep.
Rockville, right?
Yep.
Rockville.
Power
during the
Trip.
set Power Trip. Riley, rest in peace. He's like, should I go? Should I go? And I'm like, it's getting kind of wild. He goes, I'll do one lap. One lap. I'm
Just
like,
one.
okay, go ahead. I see him. He goes.
I remember
He's
that.
coming.
I saw that,
One
yeah.
lap. He raises his arms. I did it. And he goes, flying.
Like I was sliding into home.
Yep.
And I got up and I knew. When I stood up, I was like walking fine. And I was looking at my knee and I'm like, oh no, it didn't hurt. But when I landed, I knew.
Something's wrong.
I just bruised it.
And he
But
takes
it got
me. He
big
takes me
like that.
home, right? And then he picks me up the next day.
And it's
he's like, yeah, I had to
huge.
go to like the emergency room. And
The bruise went all the way down to my toes. Like
Yep.
after like a week, it was like, yeah.
Hey, it
That
was all in the name of rock.
That's
Yep.
metal, dude.
and Power Trip.
Yep.
So pretty good.
So I was out there.
So yeah, so we got a
go out there?
consensus.
So Rage,
yeah.
yeah.
Rage Against the Machine.
Rage Against
Come
the
to
Machine.
Jacksonville,
So
please.
Zach, Tom,
Yes.
Brad, and Tim.
Zach, Tom, if you're watching.
You
Yeah.
already came to Jacksonville once. You came to Rockville. Just bring the rest of the group with you. Bring the
Yep.
rest of the guys.
He came?
And come
Oh,
on.
with,
Yeah,
with,
they
with
played-
his
he played
band?
rock.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
he
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, yeah, he played
It was a great
medley
set.
of, yeah.
All the- yeah,
their
everyone was
songs
singing
that-
along. And
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no. They also came with, remember, he had that band with, I think it was the guys from Cypress Hill.
oh, yeah.
Prophets of Rage or something.
Yeah.
Professor Rage. Yeah.
It was basically the entire band except
Yeah.
for,
yeah, but,
for
it's
Zach.
but
Yeah.
not the
No, I
same.
know.
Yeah.
Except for Zach de la Rocha.
Yep.
But
He suffered from LSD,
He what?
lead singer disease.
Oh, listen.
All right, so those are our top 3 bucket list bands. You gotta think about bucket list bands that we want to see. That
Forgive him.
that
We're
still
old.
touring, and we want to see. Okay, for Dave, Luis, Papo, and myself, Andrew. See you in the next one.
See
That's a
ya.
wrap.
See you.
And we promise we'll wear something different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that's correct. That's
We
correct.
only owe 1 shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Times are tough.
All
So
right.
what you're saying, we should bring different shirts the next time we do this so we can
Yep.
change.
Oh, we should, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now we're finally done.
I thought about it, but
Yeah, no, that's a good thing, yeah.
See you.
this was fun.
Yeah.